Hi everyone, my name is Russian Adam. Welcome back to another video. And today we have a very wonderful, interesting session, something actually quite unusual. All of you know Russian Oud, one of the famous perfumes that I created a few years ago. It's been quite some time, and in fact I tried to recreate this perfume, and I actually rented the whole wood factory in Thailand, in Trat, and then agarwood being prepared and soaked for the period of 6 months, because this is one of the features, one of the special things about Russian oud. Why it's called Russian oud? Because me, Russian Adam, distilled actual agarwood oil that I utilized in this very perfume. And this agarwood oil, I actually have it here. It's called Chocoborai. I distilled this oil in Trat, and I utilized farmed plantation Trat agarwood and very unique techniques prior to the distillation. It's been fermented for over 6 months, special type of fermentation, and then I actually lived at the factory for a month or so, distilling this oil, adjusting the temperature daily, visiting the factory, watching how oil is distilled, and having a full control over the process. As a result, I got this oil that is the most, hands down, the most unusual Thai agarwood oil. It has this chocolatey, very rich, dark type of character, cacao type of scent. It is very, very unique, and it's missing this dirtiness, and it's having this very sweet chocolate type of flavor to it. It's been sold at Pure Oud for some time, and then I decided to use the remainings in Russian oud. So it's oud, very unique chocolate type of oud, distilled by me, by Russian Adam, utilized in this perfume. Therefore I thought, okay, let's call it Russian oud. Some people were a bit confused because there is no oud in Russia, but there is a Russian distiller. So this oud, Russian oud perfume, actually been made by me as an introduction for people who are not aware of authentic, strong, traditional type of agarwood oil. I wanted to make it, a bit more reachable, a bit more approachable, a bit more wearable. I used this chocolatey oud, and then I enhanced the chocolatey notes with the cacao absolute. I used a bit of deer musk, ambery notes, some unique resins to make it very, very rich, complex, wearable, but to still have this unmistakable oud, chocolatey, classical, strong Indian type of oud character. Although it's Thai agarwood oil, it has this chocolatey type of Indian character to it. And I also utilized Indian agarwood oil and another Thai oil in it. So this oud was, Russian oud was quite popular, and it sold out quite fast, I believe, maybe a month or two. And there were only 200 or 300 bottles made. And then obviously demand for it started increasing. Once it was gone, people start searching for it, looking for it, talking about it, and many people consider it one of the best oud perfumes. And I tried to recreate it. And as I mentioned, I rented the whole factory. The agarwood been soaked for 6 months, and then I went there. I supervised the agarwood, and then actually the distillation been conducted. And The oil was something miserable, to be honest. Instead of this dark, chocolatey, amazing flavor, as a result, I got oil with the very, very sour, very dirty type of smell. Unfortunately, I couldn't supervise the distillation, but I believe this was not only the reason. The raw materials itself were different, I suppose, because that's how it works in Trat. Most of the factories, they have their own plantation, but they also source agarwood from different plantations, and each plantation have unique flavor to it. So I couldn't get the same smell, and it was a complete failure. Thankfully, owner of the factory allow me not to purchase this oil. It was like I think around half kilo or more of pure agarwood oil. And since then, I kind of left this idea because I couldn't get this chocolatey, sweet Trat type of oil. I never smelled any oil like that at all in Thailand. And I couldn't make Russian Oud Part 2. Let's remind myself how Russian Oud smells like. But then suddenly, I've been browsing eBay, or actually someone told me, I think one of my friends, he was like, oh, do you know that one of your perfumes just been cloned and it's offered on eBay in the form of attar? And I think I myself then seen it on eBay in the form of spray as well. So Russian Oud been cloned and offered to the public at a very, very low price, and it was something very surprising, very shocking. It is full of natural ingredients, it's full of oud, musk, natural resins. So I was really curious, like what they managed to do, how they managed to clone. As most of you know, probably clones are very common theme these days. Unfortunately, many famous perfumes got cloned, and then others take an advantage and explode the popularity of a fragrance by selling its cheap copies. Russian Oud smells very sweet, very chocolatey, very ambery, with unmistakable muskiness in the base. And it has very unique resin in it. It has a Google Indian type of resin, which is similar to labdanum benzoin, but it has a very, very special character, caramel-like melted sweet caramel character to it, and it is very much evident, and it is basically a perfect combination, an amazing balance between ambery resins, gentle touch of muskiness, and unmistakable chocolatey authentic oud combination of Indian and Thai agarwood oils. Very enjoyable, very simple, straightforward, not too complex type of a perfume, but this accord is something appealing to people, even those who do not like pure agarwood oil. And this was one of the main agendas for creating the fragrance, to make more people attracted to the scent of traditional chocolatey, rich, resinous, slightly barnyard type of wood. So today I got my hands on clone of Russian oud, attar, that has been made by one of the large, probably maybe some small company made it, but probably one of the multi-billion companies made this clone for some client who asked for it. Normally they offer this service to anyone. I guess you can present them a fragrance, ask them to clone it, and then you have to purchase like 20 kilo, 50 kilo of concentrate. So that's what we have here. We have a concentrate, copy, clone of Russian oud that I'm going to smell first time now. I will have my first impressions. I'm really curious. I'm very, very surprised, but it is what it is. Let's a perfumer to smell clone of his creation. I see. It's very, very interesting. How they interpret it is very, very funny. Yeah, so original Russian oud does have a touch of castoreum, a touch of natural Russian castoreum tincture, as well as deer musk tincture, the more animalic type of deer musk. I actually utilized musk pod skin tincture, not the actual grains tincture, which giving it a slight muskiness, leatheriness towards the base. And castoreum contributes to this leatheriness and also adding this dark muskiness, but it's not very evident. However, copy of Russian oud smells like a very, very dark, slightly harsh, slightly plasticky, synthetic type of castoreum. So this is what I mostly get. Very harsh synthetic type of labdanum resin, probably some vanilla, maybe benzoin, and very, very harsh plasticky synthetic type of castoreum. Synthetic type of castoreum is very useful. I utilized it in Oudzen version number 1. In traces, it can provide a similar texture and it can act similarly to the natural variety, giving this light, dark, leather type of feel. Here, however, it's been overdosed, obviously, to achieve this dark muskiness and oudiness, and I feel it's been overdosed and it's not something very pleasant. I do not get any cacao absolute, I do not get any oud, I do not get any soft, wonderful melting resins with caramel. Yeah, this is pretty much it. I get a synthetic dark black, slightly harsh type of labdanum, perhaps benzoin, touch of vanilla, and loads and loads of very dirty, leathery, plasticky type of castoreum in the top notes. It is interesting how they try to copy it, but in my personal opinion, they failed miserably. You can see that some of the niche perfumes got copied and they can get like 80 to 90% close, often 90, even 95% close to the original. And in my personal opinion, probably it is to do with the fact that they copying perfumes that are mostly synthetic, made of synthetic molecules, and obviously when they copy they can have an access to synthetic molecules. Even some of these labs, they offer you different grades of copies. You can add naturals to your copies, you can make them even 99% close to the original by adding natural ingredients to the synthetic molecules. So it is quite possible to get close to the original niche or designer scents when you copy them. And in my personal opinion, as I said, probably due to the fact that those perfumes mainly composed using synthetic molecules and very few natural ingredients. Here, however, even if they would implement their skills and natural ingredients, it is impossible to replicate Russian oud, as I myself could not distill the same quality of oud to be used in the composition at that time. And obviously, natural musk, natural castoreum, amazing resins, those all married wonderfully. And here we get very simple, very 2-3 dimensional type of smell, where you get nice kind of ambery base, very classical simple base of lambda-denim benzoin and vanilla, and then overdose of dirty plasticky synthetic castoreum that is not rich, it's not too leathery, it's not too musky, it's just slightly dirty and weird. Yeah, no cacao, no oud, but it is a good experience. In the future I will dilute a bit in Perfumer's alcohol and see how it acts and how it compares, but definitely original being diluted already smells richer, more complex, and intensity is quite similar actually. So it is also surprising. This is like a pure oil and it's quite weak. So here you go, guys. And the good news are that I'm currently working on Russian Oud Part 2. I achieved some amazing results with my experiments. I've been trying since quite some time, and I found a number of ouds that come quite close to this wonderful chocolatey traditional fermented type of smell. And hopefully soon Russian Oud Part 2 will be available. As usual, it will be, but I will keep it secret for now, for the future. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Have a nice day. See you.